Be so fucking for real right now.
That's fucking wild, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Do that. Hello?
Difficulties. Hello.
That's ass.
What?
Audio wasn't picking up. Thank you. Thank you to my buddy Ian. For some reason, my settings changed. I had to reset everything. But welcome into Truly Chaotic episode 36. I am the GOAT. I am your boy. How's everybody doing? For those of you that missed the audio, Kelsey assumed my gender because I have an avatar of a goat and my face on it. So I am the GOAT. She says I look like a female goat.
Because you have a long wig. I guess a male goat could have a long wig. You're right. I did assume
No,
gender.
but he
That's
didn't
my
have
bad.
horns either.
That's
the
true.
picture didn't have horns.
That's true, which is a female goat. I know. I'm a vet tech.
So wait,
I do this for a
female
living.
goats have horns?
No, they don't have horns.
Yeah. It's, if you look back, that goat has horns.
I don't think so.
I didn't see horns. I saw ears.
I wasn't
But
seeing
it was
horns.
also
I was
cut
seeing
off.
ears.
Yeah. Well, in the picture,
Oh,
it's
it was cut off. It was cut off.
Again, you guys assumed my gender. It's fucked up. Anyways, yeah, so how are you guys doing? How are you guys? It's been a week.
Good.
Going good. I hope that Amanda blesses us with another Stone Cold Steve Austin impression today.
Okay, I love that. Dude, that was funny as fuck. I was literally in tears. I was red, like I look like a tomato.
You did actually look like a
Tomato.
tomato.
Why do you say
I know.
like
Why
that?
do you say it like that? A tomato.
I look like a tomato.
I look like a
Tomato.
tomato. What the fuck? How am I supposed to say it? Tomato.
Tomato,
I look like a tomato.
Exactly.
That sounds so
yeah,
forced, bro.
That part.
So Kelsey, your birthday is tomorrow.
It is.
What have you learned from last year to this year? What have you changed? How have you grown as a person? Tell me.
Oh, good question. I like that question.
Listen. I'm just trying to make it through the day at this point, okay? Because the world today is a lot different than it was a year ago, okay?
Right?
I feel like we're just all in survival mode right now. I'm just like living life to the fullest.
And what does that mean? How are you living life?
Just like charging everything to my credit card, basically.
I feel you on that. I feel like we're in a time where they're getting rid of the middle class, okay? And by doing that is they are making everything fucking expensive in the world. And the rich are getting richer. And by the way, the governments are literally money laundering everything in front of our eyes. And we're just like, yeah, that's cool. Take fucking $47 billion to fucking that country. Cool. But
All right, not too much on Argentina.
I did not say a specific country. It was
Oh my God.
It was just an example.
Not too much.
What is America donating money
They
to?
just gave $40 billion to Argentina.
Actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I just
To
said a
bail them out of
a
their-
random fucking number. There was no like nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally.
no,
Trump just
yes.
did it to bail out their economy.
That's hilarious.
which is actually so funny because what? Hello?
Yeah.
Are we all okay?
Why? What's wrong?
Because we're bailing out $40 billion for Argentina's economy, and our economy is like, also they just cut SNAP benefits for people who need to eat here.
Yeah.
So
Like, what do you mean? Like
hello?
Snapchat?
Is everything
Like, what do you mean? What's that?
like like snap like do you like Snapchat?
Like, what do you mean? I don't know what that means. I'm
No, SNAP
Canadian.
benefits. I actually don't know what it stands. It's like
So there's a
it's essentially food
supplemental-
stamps. Yeah.
It's supplemental nutrition assistance program.
Okay, so like
it's
food.
like food stamps.
Yeah.
They get money from the government to help buy food, baby formula, like anything like that.
Okay.
And
because
they
the
just
government
completely cut it off.
because the government is shut down right now. We're in a government
Yeah.
shutdown in America.
Yes, because
They-
both parties could not come to an agreement of something, right?
Agreed.
The,
Yes.
what was it? The budget?
I think
No.
it's cuts in health insurance and providing health insurance and
That
increasing
Trump-
premiums and all that. Yeah.
Fucking red man wanted to fucking cut, right?
He's orange.
Whatever. I don't really. give
But
a
you
fuck at
know,
this
I
point.
digress. But yeah, they couldn't come to a conclusion on both sides, and it's just a whole clusterfuck here. And so then on November 1st, they stopped funding all SNAP benefits for people. So like people are just like actually literally starving here. Times
Yeah,
are tough.
I feel like that's the problem, though. I feel like people are trying to survive, and I feel like the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, and they're literally causing the world to rely heavily on the government. Like they're forcing them to even like
Isn't that called socialism?
something like that. I'm not
Yeah.
a fucking paleontologist, but it's
It's the study of dinosaurs, but okay.
yeah, that's the whole point. It's yeah, I don't know. I think listen, I feel like COVID really fucked everything. Like really fucked
That
it.
we've just been like nothing, like we have not been living real life since COVID. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think that we're all in a fucking fever dream.
Yeah,
Because what's
like
going on?
I just feel like since COVID, there's just been so like there's no like in between anymore. Like I'm not conservative, I'm not liberal. I'm more of like I do value some conservative values and views. I do value some liberal values and views. And I feel like now shit has gone so far right and so far left that it's literally pushed me to one specific side. Right?
Which is?
I feel like I'm more on the conservative side now.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of certain topics, but I do have there are okay, so for those that don't know, Kelsey is a very liberal person, correct?
Yes, I would say yes. I obviously lean towards liberal. If you've seen any of my fucking posts on social media, but I would say that I'm like open to a conversation about certain things.
And I feel like that's
I think basic human necessities and like caring about the people is what I truly like am passionate about.
I honestly feel like I do agree with what Phil said. Things have gotten very far right or far left, but I do think a lot of people, at least in America, are awake to the sense of basic things shouldn't be withheld from people. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like people are starting to see the government is not for the people, right? So it's kind of, I don't know, like they need to rally together, like people for people. You know what I mean? At least for me, like I don't trust the government. I don't think they have the best interests for people, and they're just out for themselves. And you're fucking laughing, Phil.
No, because I thought you were gonna go a different route.
Very
That's why
true.
I thought you were gonna go a different route.
I mean, the rich of the rich, the billionaires were all like throwing a Great Gatsby themed party that cost millions of dollars, like around the same weekend that people are like losing everything. It's like it's crazy, and that's why I'm like, are we not like awake as like a country to be like, hey, we're so divided right now that we can't even like open our eyes to be like, things are fucked right now, regardless of like what side you're on. Like, are we all having a good time or what? Unless you're a billionaire.
Yeah, I feel like it's giving Hunger Games
It
is what it's giving.
is.
Like
And
it's
I like,
fucking
Been trying to tell you guys, man. Like I've been preparing. If this shit
first of
happens,
all, like,
there's
first of all,
you
I'm
won't
fucking
catch me
prepared.
volunteering.
I'm prepared.
I'll. The fuck kind of wink was that?
Amanda
Those who
has
are
like
watching, if you know, you know. I'm prepared.
not Amanda having a doomsday bunker in her fucking house.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm
She doesn't
dead
have one of those.
serious. She does.
No, you don't. Yeah, just like
I actually wouldn't be surprised.
I just feel like social media has. Listen, social media has literally heightened stupidity. No, okay, not stupidity. I won't say stupidity because just I think it's stupidity because I disagree with some values and opinions. But I will say it has enabled people to speak about things that they have no fucking education on.
Wait a minute, though. I do feel that may be true, but on the flip side of that, you have to agree that social media has also opened a lot of things to people that normally they would kind of be in the dark about. For like that
Right.
Charlie Kirk thing, for instance, I feel like I have
Dude.
learned
Oh,
a
we're
lot of
getting it.
things recently.
Oh, we're getting into it.
I'm telling you right now.
So
I told
just
you
saying.
guys, I went down an absolute rabbit hole with that. I don't think I'm going to even touch on that because that is just a fucking unraveling of bullshit that I don't want to get into, and I don't want to get fucking sniped. I'm just gonna fucking say it. I live in a condo.
I mean, if
There's fucking
Candace
buildings
Owens
right there.
is still out
So,
and speaking, I
you
don't think
have
they're gonna
like 5
come
people
for you, though.
following you. Like, be so for real.
No, but okay. You bring up a good point though. So just
And
because
two of them are us.
but you guys realize, what you guys realize, you guys are proving the point that how strong social media is. You think social media following plays a part in someone like being something.
No, we were
You know?
just
What do you
joking,
mean?
obviously,
Like you
but
having
I don't think
like your chirp to me was like I have a small
Because-
it
social
is though.
following.
Listen, wait a minute.
Yeah,
It is
because
though,
you're
because
thinking
if
that the
you
government's coming. Sorry, go ahead,
have,
Amanda.
no, go ahead. I agree. Like,
I
if
was,
you,
I was,
yeah. Go ahead. Take it away, Kelsey.
I was saying that because you're worried you're gonna get sniped, but I'm like, your outreach is not getting to the people that would snipe you, is what I'm saying.
How do you-
Exactly.
but
I
how do
feel
you
It's
like
know
about
that?
if you have
I
a
mean,
bigger
the chat. I
platform,
mean, maybe if the algorithm works just in your favor, but to be honest, the
it's not
probability
likely.
of that is like very, very low.
I just watched a
So,
show
if
called
you-
Snowfall. Okay,
Listen,
I'm
shut
listening.
the fuck up.
Okay,
If
go
you
ahead.
have a bigger platform and a bigger influence, and you're influencing the masses with things that people don't necessarily like, maybe you could be under, a microscope or on their radar. But what Kelsey was saying is you don't really have that big of a stage to influence the masses.
But
so
here's
I
the
don't think they're
thing.
going to be worried about little old Canadian Phil influencing,
You're right,
people.
but here's the thing: influencers nowadays are absolute fucking bozos with very minimal
agree.
education.
I'm not
Very
talking about
minimal education.
influencers in general, Phil, like content influencers. I'm talking about to influence the masses, singers.
Isn't that?
But
people,
dude,
you know what I
people
mean? Like
people follow fucking influencers for fucking like some of the craziest shit. Like they're just
No, but and
they-
you know what's
people are so stupid. They just follow blindly.
You know what I also have noticed in this day and age too is that the pressure that people put on influencers to speak out about political things, if they're quiet about something that happened or they don't post about something that happened, they get canceled for it. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you want these influencers who are like posting their brand deals to like talk about things they're not educated on? Like it's
speak
crazy.
speak on something they don't have any idea about.
Right.
A couple
mean-
years ago when the show just dropped, and it was very heated, like Palestine or God, like all of these things, people were commenting nonstop, like on my videos and on my posts of free Palestine. Do you stand with like all of these things? And even when I would live stream, it was like 2 years ago,
I
they
mean,
would
still.
come and flood my comments and say it, and like,
It's
you need
still-
to say something about it and all this. And I would say I'm not educated enough to have an opinion on that. You know what I mean? Now I feel like I am, but like I said, it was like 2 years ago. But and they would just comment nonstop on that. Like, what am I supposed to do? You know?
You know, it's kind of crazy the pressure that people put on like influencers. That's why I feel like a
Anybody?
lot of them do speak out because they're worried about getting canceled for not saying something.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you guys say is probably your most controversial um, opinion on something?
That's like a very vague statement.
Okay, what are your what do you like I cuz I have like one that is, I mean, it's not very controversial, but a lot of people are going to be like, "Bro,
I
this guy's stupid."
What
I
is
think
it?
I fear I might have a lot.
yeah, you
I
no,
that's why I
there's
said
no
this
fear.
episode.
I am certain. Like, I am certain that you have a lot. But I feel like there are a lot of influencers nowadays that are used in a way to create rage bait. A guy like Andrew Kirk or Andrew Tate, sorry. Guy like Andrew Tate.
Andrew Kirk is crazy.
Yeah, I think I grew up. I think I grew up with a guy on my fucking neighborhood.
He's actually in the Twitch live right now.
That was his name.
Shout out Andrew Kirk.
I think Andrew Tate has some actual very good takes in certain aspects of things.
I agree.
He actually is a very smart man in a sense of certain aspects of things. He has a lot of, and what people, and this is where it's like, I feel like he was getting silenced a lot because of that. And the reason why he did a lot of his videos, rage baiting videos, was so that he can recalculate the algorithms and start showing up on social medias a lot more. Guy like Charlie Kirk as well. There's so many different people that are silenced because they are not with the current what people are trying to push, right?
Yeah, but in that way, like you're not authentic, in my opinion. So why would I follow anything you fucking say?
Kelsey, you rage bait on your social medias,
Not always.
but
I believe a lot of the shit that I post.
so you believe, so okay, so let's talk about your social media.
So I'm talking about like when we're talking about political stances, because like a lot of like Andrew Tate is like the misogyny that he fucking did and like posted about was a lot of the reason why I was like, I can't even listen to this dude anymore. It doesn't matter what he's talking about. I saw some videos that were so heinous about the awful things he would say about women that I'd be like, I can't even look at his face anymore.
Well,
so that's
I do think, obviously I don't know him or his
No,
thought
we don't
process,
personally know
but
him.
right.
I do think he does say that for rage bait. And also a lot of people on social media, you know, I've actually thought about doing it, creating content that's just so fucking out of pocket just to, you know what I mean, like get more views, get, you know what I mean, get paid from it. And then I circle back to internally and think I could
morals.
never let people have this perception of me because that's not who I am. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a slippery slope, I feel like, because it's very easy to say off the wall shit and just have your video blow up and make money from it and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself and what you do. You know what I mean? And the kind of person that you want to be, I guess. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We could talk about my social media though if you want to.
There's no, like, I mean, we're not the controversial topic. We want to stay controversial, but if you want, there were a couple things that I wanted to discuss on your page. Look how close she got to the camera.
Let's hear it. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so you hate like a lot of your posts are about like hating a lot of men, right?
You can tell Phil is choosing his words.
I have to
carefully.
because listen, at the end of the day, no, listen, I've already told you, Kelsey, this is not me trying to attack you at all. I'm trying to understand a few things that I'm just unclear about. So
Okay.
you are very much like in the masses anti-men. Is that fair to say?
mean, I'm a straight woman. I love men. I just
No,
don't
no, no. Like,
need them, and
I
I
mean,
don't
no
support a
one
lot of
needs.
the shit that goes on that men do nowadays in today's society.
Okay, now would you say that a lot of your posts further attract those said men?
No,
You don't think so? Because the way I
no,
look
because
the way I look at it, like you do post, and listen, this is an attack on you. You do post a lot of thirst
you've
traps.
already said that. I know you're not. I know you're not attacking
Okay,
me.
I'm just clarifying because I don't want to get fucking snapped at. You post a lot of thirst traps. Fair to say, like you post a lot of thirst first, and I feel like that is attracting a specific type of man,
Right.
right? So if you it's almost
Right.
it's like a cycle that you're doing, right? So like that's where it's like that's what I'm trying to say. Like I do feel like you do rage bait these men, and you are further attracting these type of men in your comments.
I could see like where you would get that.
Mm-hmm.
But let me
But
chime in because it's giving. What was she wearing?
No,
yeah,
no, no, no,
because
no, no.
that's
I'm never victim. I would never say, Kelsey, you're doing this to yourself type of thing. I would never say that. So please do not.
Oh, okay.
essentially
Okay.
what you're saying. You're saying I'm attracting that because of like what? Because I post with cleavage.
No, but like I just like what is the purpose of you posting bashing the men knowing that you're going to get a reaction from said men? I think I'm trying to understand.
Actually, contrary to what you probably think and what a lot of people think, is that when I post things like that, a lot of men actually laugh at it and agree with me
Mm-hmm.
in my DMs. So I think a lot of people see me post that and they're like, "Oh my god, men must be like so pissed off that she posted that in her comments." Which actually, most of the men that are pissed off in my comments are Phil trying to troll me. But a lot of them find it funny and
For
are like, "Oh my
clarity,
god, like you're
I'm not pissed off. For clarity, I'm doing it
pissed
because
off."
I know the responses that will piss Kelsey off.
But that's the thing. Like a lot of men are like, "You're so right." Like, but to
100%,
a
dude.
point also,
How many times have I actually like not trolling? I've actually like agreed and laughed with
right,
a lot of your shit.
right, because
Mm-hmm.
it's funny a lot of the time. Because I'm like, this is so true. Like, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the stuff that I post, I'm like, oh, like trying to be a straight woman nowadays is like literally self harm at this point. Like that's funny because it actually is so rough out here. But I think also by me posting that, it's not so much. I'm not really focused on the men's reaction. Like as a social media content creator,
Mm-hmm.
I also am trying to expand my female audience as well. Like I don't love that 80% of my followers are older men, to be honest. Love you guys. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
But
Drop the
like
cash app.
I
What's
do
up?
but I do like I would love to have a woman audience as well.
Of
So like
course.
so posting what I think is authentic and funny to me, I'm hoping to gain like similar people that like are like me and
Mm-hmm.
in women
Yeah.
also.
Mm-hmm.
Like not just focusing on like what how a man's gonna react because like I think by what I post like quite honestly I don't give a fuck what a man thinks half the time. So
Yeah. Fair.
that's most of it, to be honest. I think a lot of it, like the rage bait to men, it's like it's not always that only one-sided thing. Like it's like, okay, like do other women resonate with this too? And like will they find this funny and like want to follow me for that reason, sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Fair. Because I've never really. I don't think I've ever asked you like what your target audience really is, but I do see where you're trying to like. You're trying to.
Not 60-year-old men. Sorry guys.
For some reason, they're fucking there.
I think my analytics on TikTok, which I just hit 15,000 followers, subtle flex, is like I think it's like 85% men
Okay.
and the other are women. But I would love to expand like that. I do
Mhm.
makeup for half of my videos. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I would love to have a woman audience.
Actually, Steph
But,
has
like-
said Steph loved your Halloween makeup
Thank you.
stuff.
Thank
so
you.
I'll
That's
say
very
that.
nice of her.
Do
But,
you,
like-
Kelsey, do you think that in today's sort of like norm is a lot of women are not girls and they kind of hate on other women? Like if a girl would like sees your page, you think she would kind of go to it and be like, oh yeah, she's, you know what I mean? Like kind of hating on you a little bit, or do you think they're more supportive? And I'm asking your opinion because I just want to know your thoughts on it.
I think there's both out there. So that's why I try and mix up my content. Like I'll post like funny videos of me just like, Phil, don't fucking start with that shit. Like I'll try and mix up my videos and like doing like no makeup, like me just vlogging to the camera, talking about serving, like talking, like I try and mix it up so it's not just thirst traps.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, like the algorithm is all over the place, so you never know what's gonna hit. And because I have that 85% male following already, like I feel like those are the ones that, but I think that I would hope that there are girls out there and like find some of my other stuff funny, or like my makeup videos and follow me for that, like that sort of thing.
20% do, so there's that.
True.
I would love. Okay, first, two things. Now that we're talking about analytics, yeah, I went through the analytics of like the podcast, and like I don't know, like something like 74%.
Oh my god, here we go.
From Canada or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who's from Canada. I don't know.
And Kelsey has 85% following, so like they're all pretty much hers. I might have like 2%, so there's that.
85% for what?
Canada.
My following is
Canadian?
males.
Canadian
you know what?
men. It's actually all your friends, Phil.
Actually,
no, there's no
it's
way.
actually all the pod.
I guarantee you, if it's all men out west.
Out west? What the fuck does that mean?
Like
Actually is. I have
Alberta, Edmonton, like all like
all
that.
West Canada?
Calgary,
West
all those
Canada or West Philadelphia?
West
Tell
Canada.
me right now.
West Canada.
Okay, well, I actually don't know how many of my followers are from Canada. I should look.
You should.
But
I would
now.
I would absolutely. I feel like I would be able to rage bait pretty easily.
So right now, I have an
you do to me every single day. So it's like,
listen, right now I have an 8.6% following from Canada on my analytics. I have 125.5K on my Instagram, and 8.6 are from Canada.
Yeah, so the viewers that you see in the chats usually, like I do pay them. And they're actually coming out and saying that I pay them. I don't know.
Although, wait, Kelsey, fun facts. Sorry to interrupt you, Phil, but fuck off. I have a 90.4% women following and 9.6 only man. Like that's
wait, we should just like swap
followers.
Hype each other's up.
Yeah, like share and then grab each other.
Exactly. We know that you pay them to be here.
Yeah.
So,
But what else was I gonna say? I had something else to say that I can't remember.
About your algorithm?
No, I feel like I could rage bait and I could do that route, but like it's just like, dude.
Like, morally, could you do
morally,
it?
I couldn't do that. Like I have a niece. I'm trying to have kids eventually. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to go that route.
No, I feel like you're looking at it as like an OF thing. I feel like rage bait is a little bit different. Like,
dude, have you seen some of the things that are like posted with rage bait? Like, my boy just said, I think Phil would end up rage baiting himself. Yeah, I probably would.
He probably starts spiraling on himself. Like, wait, no, why would I say that? No, but I think if you tried to rage bait, you would end up in one of those categories where it's like the man with the fucking podcast microphone that everyone wants to hear shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just they're spewing absolute fucking nonsense. Have you seen those guys that have a podcast that invite all these like girls on and just like berate them and are like awful to them for like what? For rage baiting, and like it's like these guys can't actually think these
Here's the thing though, it's kind of like, would you?
This is why I'm like actually Phil believes all of the things that they're saying. It's crazy.
No, I don't believe it. But like it's just like sometimes like it's just like like some of these women are absolute fucking dummies. So it's like
but so are they.
I will say on that podcast, a lot of them are fucking
dumb. They're bricks.
Dumb as
they
bricks.
Do nothing with their lives.
Yeah,
bro.
Dumb as bricks. Like. Yes. And they try to get by on their looks, and these men will kind of call them out for it.
Or and I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, listen, women do the same shit to men.
Okay, but I think that there's a way to go about it in not a degrading and like straight up cruel way. Because
Well,
some of
wait a
these
minute
guys
though.
are like,
Also, too, those women, if you're fucking going on a podcast, you should look it up and do your research and know what it is. So
I mean,
they are
yes,
going there
Again,
they're
knowing
probably
they're gonna
going
dumbers.
for
get fucking
exposure.
cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But I've seen a few that are like kind of uncalled for. Like I've seen a couple that I'm like, okay, like whatever. Like they say something out of pocket about like only wanting a guy for money and then they just go in on them and I'm like, okay, like you fucking asked for that. But there are some ways I see I'm like, okay, she don't I feel like she's just trying to like say something and they won't even let her speak sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a control thing. That's like a
Yeah.
that's where their misogyny's kind of showing. But
Right.
yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
for
Like,
me, I don't speak to my husband unless spoken to. Like, I feel like that's how it should be, honestly. Like, I come home, I do the dishes. First thing, take my shoes off, clean the floor, give him a kiss, and then do dishes, make dinner. Like, I feel like if every wife isn't doing that for your husband, you shouldn't be married, honestly.
no facts.
Like make him a sandwich. His
Is
hands
this before or
should
after?
never
So
be empty and his belly should always be full.
no facts.
Like,
But is this
hot take.
before or after you shackle yourself up back at the ankle?
Well, I have to do that at the end. I do actually have a ball that Joel made for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's light enough to where I can carry
15
it around the
pounds, right?
house. Yes,
Yeah.
and it helps with my workout
Mm-hmm.
when I'm cleaning. Like it's a win-win. But I do have to go to work every day and make money. Um, I'm the only one that works, and I cook and I clean and I do everything around the house. And I
As you
just
should.
birthed. Exactly, I deserve it. I should be doing it, and I just birthed a child. I had to
Yeah.
get right back out there.
Of course.
No breaks for the
No time
for the
off,
women.
man. No
And
time off.
Why
and
not?
I deserve to be that way. You know what I mean? I'm a woman. I was
Yeah,
born this
we're
way.
in the era of cater to the men.
Honestly, it's if you
We're the
think
new
about it,
princesses.
it actually is.
Oh, I hated that. I hated that. I actually
Listen,
hated that.
It's
I wanted to see how
actually-
long Kelsey would go without actually fucking catering.
She's like,
No, ooh,
she's like.
I hate it. Oh my god,
I consider it women
dude.
empowerment.
I'm too fucking hyper independent. Honestly, I think that's why I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. I'm not kidding. Like, why do I look green?
It just the
Oh.
camera just went weird.
You're fucking turning into the Hulk out of
Yeah, you're
rage
pissed.
right now
I-
for this fucking conversation.
Fucking-
Wait, did you see Kelsey was like not sure where I was going with this, and she was like,
yeah.
No, I
And then
knew
she's
you
like,
were
okay.
being sarcastic. But like,
I mean,
but I was like,
but-
is she?
but also not for nothing, I very much agree with the Leave It to Beaver housewife like vibe. Like I feel like that is my like era. That's what I like. I do believe in traditional roles. I think the wife should be home and cook and take care of the kids, and the man should go home and like out and work. I feel like I should live in the time where my husband comes home from work and I'm like, "Hi, honey, I made you this homemade casserole and I got a cheesecake for dinner." You know what I mean? Like that's me. That's what I like though. You know what I mean? And I don't know. That's
Like
what
my
I like.
Worst nightmare. That's where me and Amanda completely differ.
I feel like there
Like-
are a
Oh
lot
my
of
God.
difference, and this is where like our podcast, I feel like is good. Like Kelsey has a view, Amanda has a view, I have a view. We all have different views on things, and we still are able to have successful dialogue back and forth of getting each other's points across, getting each other's points of view without fucking crashing out. I mean, the
Yeah.
occasional crash out from Kelsey, but whatever.
Yeah, the ones that you fucking rage bait.
But no, but like, and this is where I think we like the society has lost its way. If I don't agree with something that you're saying, like it's the end of the fucking world, dude. Or
Yeah.
like that person's a fucking idiot. He's a shit person. Blah blah. Like, dude, that's not how it
Yeah.
works. Like,
Yeah.
like I can have a
Literally,
different view of something.
My
Okay.
view of the best life and a great life is Kelsey's literal hell of a life.
Actually,
You know
no,
what I
actually,
mean? And it's like
kids and
okay, that's
housewife,
fine.
stay far away from me. Love that for Amanda, but stay far away from me with that shit.
Yeah, Kelsey, you could just be the auntie. There's nothing wrong with that.
I will be. But I think back to your point, I'm gonna have a little bit of a hot take on that.
Mm.
I think as adults, people can have differing opinions on things and come to a conclusion and just agree to disagree, whatever. But there are certain things that if you believe that and
Mm-hmm.
you truly to your core support that and are passionate about that, I don't know if I want you around me or in my life.
And what are those? What are those like passions or like beliefs that you have?
Like like any like racism, homophobia, like fucking like just awful things
Yeah.
that like are bad, inherently bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of things and I'll skate a line here, but there is a lot of that happening today in America.
I also think homophobia is a very loose term. I think people use the term if like I feel like just okay, listen, I have no issues with gay people. I just clarifying that for the record. But I do think that just because someone doesn't agree with someone's life does not make them homophobic. It just isn't something that they agree with. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's just how it is. I feel like people throw the term transphobic or homophobic, and listen, this is a fucking hot take. I'm fucking treading lightly here, but I'm just saying, just because someone doesn't agree with your life does not make them homophobic, does not make them transphobic. Where it gets out of hand is where there is hatred towards gay people, transgender people. That's where I'll draw the line, because at the end of the day, you should not hate someone just because they're living their life. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, just because you're not gay doesn't mean you're homophobic. Like just because you don't want that for your life doesn't mean you're homophobic.
I know. I'm saying a lot of people, like I know people that are said to be homophobic just because they don't agree with a gay person's lifestyle. Okay, whatever the person's preference is.
Right, but the homophobia comes out with their reactions instead of just being like not my thing, whatever. It becomes like a deep rooted thing in hatred and not wanting them to have basic like human rights sort of thing.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like that's homophobic because they're just people.
What do you
just
but
living
what do you mean,
living their life the way they want to live.
But what do you but see, but that's what do you mean by
so I feel like, for example,
live?
like I feel like we had a very controversial thing when people were for gay people getting married, right? That was like a very huge thing, very divided, I feel like. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kelsey, but I feel like kind of you're saying like people who are trying, like, let's say, for example, stop gay marriage, right? Or like
which is happening right now. They're trying to stop it.
To take it away and things like that.
Actually?
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
That's fucking
in certain states they are trying to reverse the legality of gay marriage.
One thing I do not I feel like I don't understand in the sense of America. I feel like there's so much like there's so many different rules state to state. It's crazy to me.
But sorry. I feel like that's what Kelsey was saying about when you outwardly are trying to make these people not have the same rights as straight people, or you know what I mean, or like certain things like that, and their basic human rights. You know what I mean? Like
because if you truly if you truly were like not my thing, not my lifestyle, like but I'm not homophobic,
do whatever, you know,
then why would you care if they want to celebrate their love and marriage? Like why would that affect you in any way?
Exactly.
You as a person. I mean, it's the same with, and I'm gonna go for it, it's the same with pro-life and pro-choice.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, because it's like, if you don't want to get an abortion, you don't have to get an abortion. Yeah. Like just don't do it.
Exactly.
100%.
I think any person should have the choice for what they want.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, for sure. I do think abortion is a very sticky subject.
I don't think it's that sticky.
I think it's very
Honestly,
like.
I
It is for like I think
Why do you think it's sticky? Let's talk
because
about it.
at the end of the okay, for me, I do think in certain circumstances abortion is good. Not I don't want to say good. Abortion like an abortion is never a good thing.
Abortion should be an option.
Abortion should be an option in terms of rape, in terms of certain situations, okay? And this is where it's a little bit sticky for me because it's like I am pro-choice. It's the woman's body. The woman does what she wants. But at the same time, if there is, this is where it gets sticky because when I'm speaking more so from the woman, but it's not fair to speak more so from the woman because at the end of the day, it takes two people to have sex, okay? But if you're having sex, if you are having unprotected sex, you should know that with that unprotected sex, there is the risk of you potentially getting pregnant. Okay? So I think that's where it's a little bit of a slippery slope for me because if you're just slanging fucking dick or slanging fucking pussy around for like just irresponsibly and you're getting pregnant, it's fucked up to be like, "Oh, it's my body, my choice" then. You know what I'm saying?
I think I get what you're saying. I think the reality of the incidence of that happening is low when it comes to abortion.
I don't think it's that low though. To be honest,
I actually think that people nowadays are having more babies out of like wedlock, out of the traditional way of having babies than they used to be.
So I will say this.
I agree with you there.
I feel like when like we are in our 30s, we may or may not have friends who like accidentally get pregnant, right?
Yes.
I feel like the later teens, 20s demographic are the ones very much more careless. They don't take precautions and they just are very careless when it comes to that. I do think that there should be something, which I have no idea what, but something needs to be in place to prevent just unnecessary abortions as a sense of birth control, because I don't like that. I am all for a woman choosing. But at a certain point, it's kind of like, okay, you've had 6 abortions, maybe think about other options. You know what I mean? Like
100%. But I think also like there comes a point too where like the whole argument of like when is it, you know, a baby? And it's like there's a whole that's a whole nother discussion you could get into, and we don't have to get into that right now.
I mean,
but I do agree. I mean, I do agree what you're saying is like, well, first of all, it's never illegal to have a late term abortion.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask because I'm not very educated on it, right? Because like, listen,
no, it's 10 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's 10 weeks.
What I think is absolutely fucking diabolical in America is because in Canada, abortion is legal. I don't know the extent of it,
like the details, yeah,
the details, the full details. But what I think is absolutely fucking insane to me is the 75-year-old men that are making the decision for said women whether they have a choice or not to have abortion.
That actually
like that is insane to me.
Like enrages me to no end. And also back to like what you guys were saying, I genuinely don't. I would love to see the statistics on how many like abortions are done out of just like carelessness, out of lack of birth control.
So
because I feel like more often than not it's because of either a failure of birth control, a risk to the mother because there's a bunch of risks with pregnancy in general, or things like a rape or sexual assault.
So in West Virginia, abortion is illegal, unless there are certain circumstances, you're a minor, you're raped or anything like that. But in Pennsylvania, which is where there's an actual abortion clinic, it says they do abortions up to 23 weeks. of pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of the norm. When you said 10 weeks, I was like, I feel like it's way
It
longer
was
than that.
10.
But so there are like two different options. You can do like a pill abortion. I think that's maybe
Yes.
what you're thinking of. That's like
Yes, I
you
think
can
that's
up
10.
to
Yeah, that's what I
10
was thinking
weeks.
of.
And
Yes.
then the surgical one is anywhere past that, you have to have it surgically removed. Um, but yeah, I don't agree with
It's
people
actually
making,
that's longer than I thought. But also like a lot of times women don't know until
yeah, way later. I personally
like
feel like
6 weeks.
there is a timeline in utero where it would be, in my opinion, not considered an actual baby yet. You know what I mean? And that's just
Yeah.
scientifically speaking and on my point of view. Um, Obviously, the later you go, it's, a little
It's more
sketchy
of like
to
a gray
me.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also don't agree with the abortion clinics trying to salvage the cells or the fetus or anything like that and sell it for profit. I don't agree with that, and a lot of them do that.
Wait, what?
Um, yeah. So like if you do a surgical abortion, some places will try to get the baby out as intact as possible. And then sell, their organs or their stem cells and things like that for profit.
I
They're
had no
used,
idea that was a
yeah,
thing.
so like a lot of things like that are used for like vaccines or research, testing, like just things like that, medicine, and stuff like that. So I don't agree with that, but that again goes back to, is
But
there
then
something going
how would
on?
they but okay, so then how would they have the research to like further, have the technology to do things better? If like
Yeah.
if we look at research in as a
Yeah.
whole, and I'm a vet tech, a lot of research is done on animals, especially in the past. Like
Yeah.
it's such a weird line to like cross because you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you're like, oh, I don't support that happening because it's like it sounds
Yeah.
awful, but it's like how else do scientists learn?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that every woman should have a choice in what happens at their own bodies. And also, I'm just going to put this out there right now. I have had an abortion. um, when I think I was like 18, 19 years old, and I was in a really awful, horrible, abusive relationship. It was a complete accident. I ended up getting an abortion. Super sad about it. Like I was just, you know what I mean,
I
depressed
don't think
about it
it's
for a long
ever like
time.
no one's ever like
Yeah,
happy
it's
about
like,
that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like there's no such thing as like
And
abortion parties, like a baby shower. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's not how it
yeah. It
right,
works.
was
like
it was a super
abortion.
tough decision, but at that time, at that point in my life
Phil,
where I felt like that was the best choice. You know what I mean? And things like that.
right.
And also, speaking from experience and having done that, I feel like,
Sorry, I'm
would I
sorry. I'm
ever,
not.
I know you're
I'm
fucking
sorry. I'm
literally,
not. I literally am trying to listen to your like
This
he's
is
heartfelt
as
story.
red
And
as a tomato right
I.
now.
There are certain
Phil
times
said,
where I'm just like, bro, I need to learn how to shut the fuck up and not
well,
like get
yeah, that
intrusive
was one of
thoughts.
them.
Yeah,
That was
I
one of
mean,
them.
maybe some
apologize.
Anyways,
people do have abortion parties. I don't know. I wasn't one of them.
That would be
no,
insane.
But
but that was the right
but
decision for you at that
right.
time.
And I have never really spoken on it. I've never really come out and said it because I felt ashamed of it. I felt it was a secret. I didn't really want anyone to know about me and things like that. But I do think every woman has a right to choose and stand by your choice, and you know what I mean, things like that. And looking now, would I ever do it again? Probably not, but I will say that has to do, in fact, of me being in a different place in my life. I'm older. You know what I mean? I know if anything, things will be okay. I'll figure it out. Back
Yeah.
then, I was super young. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine doing it
The
on my own.
circumstances, and also like the circumstances too, like all of these people that are like so pro-life, it's like, but are you going to do anything to help the mother when she has that child when she's not ready to have a child, or like what are you doing
That's
for
the
funding?
thing.
Like
Yeah,
they can't even, first of all, they just cut funding for food stamps. Like
exactly.
you're literally starving children right now, so how
It,
pro-life are you?
Okay, I'm gonna
it
just
grinds.
fucking say this. Okay, a political thing, a political discussion should never be based on religion. I do not give a flying fuck
Hey,
what
because-
anybody says. Your pro-life argument is because you are talking from a religious standpoint, okay?
The Bible.
The Bible.
I'm sorry. Am I in the Mandela effect right now too? Because I thought that there was separation of church and state. And so why is even pro-life, pro-choice a thing?
Yeah.
It's always like that, bro.
It's crazy.
But like, it's like, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff nowadays politically is based off of God and what God would want and like the Bible. And I'm like, hello? I thought that religion was like separate. I thought that church and state were separate.
Yeah. No,
but I guess
agree,
not.
sure.
Question mark?
And like this is where it's like it's something that really pisses me off because like it's like, dude, how are we going to like, you're gonna put an entire decision based off of a religious view, okay, when a lot of people in this in the world are not religious people. So why the fuck should I follow a religious view if I don't believe in said religion? And I'm not saying that I'm not speaking from myself. I'm just speaking from other people in general.
In general,
okay?
yeah.
And it's like, if that's what you believe in, if you believe in that you think abortion is wrong, brother, cool. Don't get a fucking abortion because that is your choice.
You have the choice to not get one.
Thank you.
Like, I don't get why people are like, oh, I'm so pro-life. I'm like, okay, your choice is to be pro-life for you. You don't have to be pro-life for everyone. And also, how pro-life are we nowadays in this country? I can't.
Yeah, if you really want to get down to it, how pro-life are we really? Like when we're
going back though,
we're killing millions. Like we're literally watching fucking genocides happen all over the world.
Right.
Going back to what Kelsey said,
funding it. We're actually funding it. So it's like,
going back to what Kelsey said about people who are so adamant on like against abortion. You know what I mean? Like there's fucking people egging women going into abortions, shouting at them, and it's insane. However, who's going to help her with this child? Where is the father? Who's going to, you know what I mean? And then let's say, for example, she has the child. She has postpartum depression. She's all alone. The baby's starving. She does something horrible. They are all blaming her, saying, you know what I mean? Like all kinds of things for her, for this child. Where was the help for her?
She was forced to have it. You know what I mean? It's like it's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game.
It honestly is.
But the thing, and this is why I think there needs to be certain circumstances, because I feel like the whole pro-choice can get sticky, because I feel like pro-choice can also cause irresponsible fucking children to have unprotected sex. At the end of the day, fucking use a fucking condom, use fucking birth control. Probably use a condom, because birth control really fucks with women's sometimes fucking hormones. You don't want that.
Wait a minute, guys. Do you think...
I feel like I don't think it's that sticky. I think that regardless, even if you make a mistake, you should have the choice to do that.
Kelsey, how many times is a mistake though? Like once, cool, but like if it's like 4 fucking times, dude, like come on.
So what do you want, to put a limit on your choice? No, you can't do that. You can't say, all right,
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
5 free tickets to the abortion show, and that's it. You're done.
But it's also, it's also all on the woman a lot of times too.
But that's why I'm saying it's sticky, because it's like the man was also having unprotected sex and being irresponsible. So that's why I'm saying it's like
he has no repercussion if the woman doesn't want to have the baby, or if he doesn't want to stick around to have the baby.
And that's where I'm saying it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's a sticky fucking subject, because it's like there's so many fucking.
Wouldn't it be great?
I don't know why you think it's sticky though. Because
I don't think it's sticky either.
You just have the choice to do what you need to do in that situation that you're in.
Wouldn't it be great if reproductive organs didn't kick in until we were like 25, and then it's like, great, there you go.
That is not how science works, unfortunately, Amanda.
It could be. They could prevent, a little vaccine to maybe make you infertile till your 25th birthday. It might be in the works right now. We don't know.
Talking about that. This could be one of the last things we talk about.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about my stances on things when you were like, let's talk about controversial things, and like I know my stance on a lot of things, and And then I was thinking about vaccines and I was like, okay, so I'm pro-choice, right? So like I'm pro-choice with what you want to do with your body, correct? And
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of people use that argument when it comes to vaccines, but I also believe in vaccines. So I was like having an existential crisis. I'm not kidding. I was having an existential crisis because I'm like, okay. And then I came to a conclusion, okay, that I think if you do not want to get a vaccine, you don't have to. If you do not want to vaccinate your kids, you don't have to. It's your body, your choice, right? But I'm saying the caveat here, if you don't get the core, I think if you don't get the core vaccines, like of things that we have eradicated in this country, like measles, smallpox, things you have to get for school, then you should not be allowed to have your kids in a public school.
So, what do you think about though? Sometimes certain vaccines have not just aside from the risk factor, because every vaccine has risk.
There's always
Um,
risk.
so there are like aborted fetuses in the vaccines. And what if, people they just don't necessarily agree with that, or um animal things, like maybe someone is like a diehard vegan and they don't want to put that into their
I
bodies and they're
like
very holistic health.
this is where I was like, okay, like this is like it was an existential crisis for me because I'm like, okay, and obviously school's not the only place that these kids are going to be, right? Like they're going to be out with like friends. They're gonna, so it's like I was really like, I'm like, I don't. It's a really gray area for me, because vaccines have eradicated things like the measles, which are is actually coming back around because the vaccination rates have gone down.
Yeah. It also though has
So
killed babies and
it
kids.
has,
You know what I
it
mean? So
has.
like here's my thing is like, imagine you're at a party or at a bar, right? And I'm just saying a bar. Someone gives you 6 shots. One has poison in it, right? The rest are tequila. They're like, "Here, take one." You're like, "Well, I don't want one." Come on, it'll get you drunk. The only one has poison. It's fine. Take your chances. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe your child is at a birthday party and one cupcake is poisoned. The rest are fine. All the other kids have one. Yours ends up eating it and dies. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like that's just as a mom in general, that's my take on it is yes, all of these other kids have been fine, but there is still that chance that maybe my child could die because of what I chose trying to protect them. I chose to put into their bodies. It's an
But what if they
internal
died from the
struggle.
measles?
So like it's an
Like you could
internal
use that
struggle.
argument
Like
both
I no,
ways, right?
I
Like no,
know.
but I'm saying
Like
you could see it both ways. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yo,
so crazy
my
to think about.
okay.
My thing is that I, as a mom, I am anti-vax. I have been anti-vax ever since my two, Junior and Lena, were very young. They've never had any vaccines. I took it as if they get sick, I will go from there and figure that out if that were to happen. But now, on the flip side of that, I just had Madeline. She is 3 months old now. She had her 2 month checkup. They wanted to do vaccines. I went ahead and got her first round of vaccines because I feel
She's
like with
radioactive now. She
I
has
know,
she
and
has live
Don't,
Wi-Fi.
listen,
don't, don't get her fucking started.
it was the biggest internal struggle. Like I was talking to
I'm
Joe,
actually
I
surprised.
broke
I'm actually
down.
very surprised you did. I
I
like.
like all the shit going on with vaccines now and they're getting reversed or recalled, like all these things. I cried of like frustration because I didn't know what is the best choice to make for my child and what was right for me then and my kids back then. I decided isn't right now. You know what I mean? Because I do have
Yeah.
other kids in school and
Can we
doing activities and shit, bringing stuff home,
can we
like
just
germs and stuff.
clarify a couple things here, okay?
So
Amanda, there are no such thing as aborted fetuses in vaccines. They
Yeah,
use
I don't. I
they
didn't.
use
I honestly,
they use
I didn't even
they
touch that
use
because I was like, I
human
don't.
they use
I
human
actually
stem
didn't even know where to go
they
with
use
that.
human
stem
stem cells.
cells. Oh my
Okay?
gosh,
Those are
Phil.
not aborted fucking fetuses, brother.
No,
How do you
Please-
know?
Brother, we're not going to get into that.
it's
okay?
It's public record.
No, they're lying to us.
Pub-
They're lying to us.
Exactly.
Oh my god,
Amanda,
I can't.
I understand your standpoint from you not choosing to get your children vaccinated. You're protecting your children from whatever information you have from your standpoint, okay? But someone actually brought up a fucking good point in the chat, and it's actually you have to
They're
remember.
blocked.
No, they're not.
Blocked.
Because what you don't understand
I just saw it, and yeah,
those unvaccinated. This is where it's fucking like. And listen, like at the end of the day, I'm whatever you fucking. Everybody can choose to fucking get the vaccines, choose to not get the vaccines. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit here and let people fucking say, not you guys, but a lot of people in this fucking world are saying these vaccines are causing this, and this, and this, and this, and this. No, the fuck it's not. Okay.
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay,
honestly,
it's not. But what people
I'm not on that ship, but I do think
Yeah.
there are harmful side effects.
Sure,
very
but guess
low,
what? There's harmful side
very
effects
low.
for eating fucking certain foods. You
I know, but I can
you
prevent
drink
that.
things.
Listen though, I can prevent that from my children. I don't have the school board coming to my house and saying, "Hey, you can't have this for dinner. You can't give your kids candy
but
in
you
red,
do,
fucking
but-
dye blue." But when my kids go to school, now that I live in West Virginia, I was required to get them up to date on their vaccines. I couldn't use a religious exemption.
Now-
So it's kind of like I have someone telling me what I need to do in the best interest of my kids, and I didn't like that at all. I didn't agree with it. I reluctantly did it, and thankfully they were okay. But yes, you can. A lot of things cause cancer. A lot of things cause harm. I can control to a certain point how my kids are raised and what I put in their bodies. And I just don't like the fact of, a school board or the government or the county or anybody telling me what I should do for my children. That's what it comes down to.
Do understand that, but also at the same time, like, these things weren't just like, hey, we're just gonna inject everyone for no reason. Like, it's
And I get
based
that
off of
too,
years and years
yes.
and years of science, and I know you're gonna call me a fucking Scientologist now, but I mean, we've eradicated diseases in this country that are now coming back along because people aren't vaccinating their kids.
People are not
And it's like
vaccinated, and that's where it's fucking
right.
That's
It
and that's where
becomes
someone
really
brought up a good point.
dangerous
It's like,
for
brother,
everyone.
yo, I'm telling you right fucking now, if someone chooses to not vaccinate their child, and I have children, and my child ends up getting sick from fucking measles, chickenpox, because listen, at the end of the day, vaccines
But
are.
wait, though, if
No,
your
no, no,
child is
don't-
vaccinated,
no,
they
see,
would be
this is
protected.
where people are so fucking.
That's
I'm
not
gonna
how
crash out.
vaccinations
That's not how
work.
vaccines
That's
work,
not how
brother.
vaccination works.
It
That's not how
improves-
vaccination
It improves your immune
Just a little
system
bit.
from developing those types
No.
of sicknesses. It does not 100% guarantee nothing.
I
bro.
know that it
That's not how it
doesn't
fucking
100%
works.
guarantee
So
it.
at the end of the day,
However,
if you are
you're already protected from the vaccine, though.
but
to
it
a
doesn't
certain
guarantee
extent.
it, Amanda. That's what I'm
I
trying
know
to.
that you won't get. Listen, I'm not an idiot, Phil. I know that you won't
But you just said
1,000%
that.
not get sick.
But you just
No,
said
no,
that.
I'm
but
saying
you're
you're-
vaccinated, so you should be
Listen.
okay. No,
Yes,
did you not just say
right?
that? But that's not
You
how
should
it
be
works,
okay.
bro. That's not
You
how
can still
science
get sick.
works,
You can
dude.
still get sick, but
Yes.
you should be okay.
Right. And if
That's-
your kid got sick from someone else,
That's what I'm trying
My
to say.
kid
In
would
the,
be
un-
okay. My
okay.
kid would be the one that's not protected by the vaccine.
but what I am trying to explain to you, Amanda, okay?
he's saying in general,
In general,
like generalized.
in general, not you specifically. If a unvaccinated child gets my child sick, in the rare occasion that vaccine does not work, brother, I promise you, I will be going to jail. Listen, at the end of the day, I am a very firm believer in science. Do not.
So wait a minute, though.
Science
Wait a
literally
minute.
is
Hear me
everything.
out, Phil. Listen, hear me out.
Yes.
How can you guarantee that an unvaccinated child got your kid sick and not a vaccinated child, though?
Let's look at the big picture here, okay, Amanda? For a very long time, measles, smallpox, all that shit was not happening. All of a sudden, we're seeing an uptick in all of that stuff because a lot of people are being fucking
not getting
brainwashed,
vaccinated.
are being
Right,
brainwashed that vaccines are so
laws.
bad. Because
the laws have also changed
yes, so that's what
in
I'm
some
trying to.
states, and that's why we're seeing it again.
Yes.
It was mandatory for smallpox and measles to go to school.
And that is where people are so uneducated just because someone is vaccinated, that does not 100% guarantee
Listen,
that they are
I
going to
never
be
said,
protected.
listen,
I'm not just
Phil,
saying, I'm not just speaking
okay,
on
that's
from
fine.
you.
But I feel like a lot of people know that you're not 100% never
No,
going to get
because
sick,
that's
right?
not, bro,
But
even
when
with
you,
COVID,
I know, but
even with
listen,
COVID.
when you do get sick, your body will be prepared to fight that sickness, correct?
But there is also
Better.
there is a
Better.
higher
Not
chance.
100%.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to
I
say.
never said
Listen,
100%. I don't
but
think
here's my thing.
anybody, unless you're a
I'm not
fucking
playing
wackadoo,
I'm not
would
playing
think
fucking
it's
Russian roulette with
100%.
I'm not playing Russian roulette with my future child's life because someone is fucking
And I
uneducated.
feel like I'm not going to play Russian roulette by getting them the vaccine. Like that's my opinion on
But
that.
what and
Yeah,
that's
but
cool, but
but there's
I'm
also
cool with that. I'm
research.
cool with that, Amanda, but what I don't agree with is people ignoring the percentages and the actual, and this is what I'm saying. I'm getting the vaccine because I'm protecting myself from the small percentage that I get sick, okay? You're
Okay.
choosing not to do something because of a small percentage of potentially your child getting sick. So how can, and I'm not saying you in general, I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this. I'm not saying you in general, but what I'm trying to say is how can people not want to get vaccinated for a small percentage of people, a small percentage of risk, but still bash people about getting a vaccine to protect themselves from a small percentage? It
And
doesn't make sense to me.
Listen, and I know you're not talking to me, but for me personally, I don't ever bash anyone. I think everyone make your own choice and decide what's best for you. And like I said, I did decide to get Madeline her vaccines. You know what I mean? Because just looking at everything from a different standpoint now than before, you know what I mean? Like for my life currently, I feel like that was the best choice. I can also understand parents not wanting to get it because it's just, and like for me it was an internal struggle, right? Like I was a little bit influenced by fear with the vaccines of, kids die and kids, you know what I mean, like all this stuff that obviously influenced certain things, or the harmful side effects to me outweighed if my child were to get sick, and kind of going from there and figuring that out. God, like thankfully,
I
thank God that neither of those things happened, right? Because if my kid would have died or gotten an injury from the vaccine, I would have felt like a piece of shit. If they got sick and died or whatever from the disease, the sickness, I also would have felt like a piece of shit. Like
think
it's
that like I think the really factor of it is that like yes, there's a chance your kid, without being vaccinated, there's a chance that your kid could get measles, right, and die. But that's like I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, like that would be sort of like the universe's like way of how things happened, instead of you deciding for your child to get the vaccine and having them get a side effect that was either deadly or really severe, and then you had to live with the fact that like I decided to do that for
yeah,
them instead of
yeah,
just chance happened and they got it.
yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I think I know, like, I'm not a fucking dummy nitwit. Like, I understand there are benefits to the vaccines. That's why there's research and there's studies and all these things. Like, I'm not one of those fucking idiots that are, you know what I mean? Like, don't believe in anything. I get that and I do understand that. I do know that there are risks to getting the vaccines as well. And there's risks to not getting the vaccines. I personally don't think that for Phil to say, like, if an unvaxxed child gave my child a sick, like, you can't really guarantee like it came from an unvaxxed kid. But also too, if you do have a vaccine, you're a little bit more protected from the sickness. You have a better chance of survival and fighting it and everything like that. Versus the unvaxxed kid is left out in the fucking cold to die, I guess. You know what I mean? Like they don't have as better chance of fighting it off, I guess. And
Listen,
So
like I
then,
said, I'm on both sides of the coin.
listen,
okay.
okay?
So
I'm
Me and Phil are both very passionate about
no,
this.
because I am very, and I'm not saying to you, Amanda, it's a very triggering thing. I'm not saying like I'm upset or mad at you. It's just a very triggering thing when The science is there, and people literally ignore the science. Okay, there are,
I
listen,
do see that. Yeah.
at the end of the day, there are always going to be risks because science is not 100% fucking guaranteed. Just like
And everyone's
fucking
different. Also, everyone's body is different,
Yeah.
different,
and
bro.
genetics
I
is different.
listen. I could
here's
do
the thing, though.
I could do fucking 6 fucking kilos of fucking cocaine in front of me right now, and you all three of us could do the same shit.
Right,
You're gonna
but
have a
you're
bad.
making,
You might have a
listen,
worse fucking effect.
but if you're
Probably a
making that
bad.
choice to do that, though, right? So it's kind
Yes.
of like you can willingly do it, or what if someone said, "Hey, if you want to go to school, if you want to do this, you need to do this cocaine right now." You know what I mean? It's
But
kind
those
of
are.
like,
But Amanda, those have been.
They're put in
Those
place
have been.
because of what's
I
been
don't know.
eradicated and
I
Yes.
what's been
So let me
what
ask
we've
you,
seen
Amanda.
from the
Let me
vaccine.
ask you something. Why has there been such an uptick in things like measles?
So you believe, listen, so you believe that a entity, a group of people should decide what's best for the greater good for society. You don't think that everyone should have a choice and say and how to live their lives.
I think where it gets very sticky with regards to the Western world is science and government should not be one. Okay? Science should always be separate from the government because at the end of the day, people are always going to they're always going to ignore the science aspect of things because Donald Trump brought in a guy from fucking as a doctor in to be the head guy to tell people, because then at the end of the day there's always going to be those people that are like, the government's out to get us, the government's out to get us. I understand that. I get it. I can understand why people are weary because at the end of the day I don't fucking fully trust the government either. But what I'm trying to say is like the science outweighs, for me personally, it will always outweigh everything because science does not lie.
Listen, like I said, I'm on both sides of it. I was
I get it,
very, very anti-vax.
So
Now I'm a little flipped and I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? And also too, I'm not one of those fucking
But
idiots.
why
that's
do
like,
you think why do you think
But-
there is such an uptick in
obviously from people not getting vaccinated? Like I'm not oblivious.
So that's what I'm trying
understand
to say.
it.
Right?
So
If we eradicated
but
it.
my internal struggle is, and maybe it's just from social media and having that influence of
100%.
seeing the stories more, right? Because
Yes.
the outliers,
yeah.
but those are the ones that stick.
Listen.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, maybe it's only 1 in 100,000 kids, or you know what I mean? Like just very low odds, right? But I do see those, and it's kind of like it always sticks with me, right? It's like this
At
could
the end of
happen
the day, you
to
want
my
to
kid.
protect
You
your
know what
kid.
I mean? So it's like
Right.
it
At the
is
end of the
what
day,
it
you
is.
do want to
Like
protect your kid. And I'm not going to bash anybody that wants to protect their kid. But again, I do feel, and I'm not saying this is you, Amanda. I do feel, because we're on the topic of vaccines, okay? I do feel with social media, there are so many people that are very easily manipulated into the wrong side of science.
Yeah.
A lot. And it's sad.
So
But I also think that like a lot of like, especially with social media, people are telling their stories, right? They're telling about an incident or whatever, and it doesn't always mean causation. Like it doesn't always like
Yeah.
this child could have had a vaccine and could have died 3 days later. It's not always because of the vaccine. Like I
Yeah.
think that there also needs to be a lot of like science and research into like what the actual cause was
yeah.
versus because like a lot of people
Are
like
very
it's
quick
because
to
it's
say,
because of
yeah.
the vaccine. Like what else could it be? It was because of the
Yeah.
vaccine. And so people
will
see
say
these
that.
stories and are turned away for like, I'm not doing that then. Like I heard about this
Yeah.
story where they died the next day and it's like that's
Yeah.
not all that could be a red herring. You know what I mean? Like you don't always
I agree with that. Yeah.
I do think I get so fucking heated when like a professional athlete passes away, right? And you go to the comments and it's like,
Why you lost your parlay? That's fucked up, Phil.
no, I'm talking about athletes that passed away at a young age. That's crazy. And
Wow.
yeah, and someone in the chat just said it. In the comments, it's a young guy, 32 years old, passes away. They're like, oh, must have got the jab. Oh, vaxxed. Oh, blah, blah. That motherfucker died from fucking kidney disease, brother.
Listen, so here's where I am I feel like against you guys. I do not agree with the COVID vaccine.
Why?
Ever.
Why?
Well, first of all, it was rapidly.
Wasn't.
No, it was not.
Was not.
No, it was not. It was based off a vaccine for coronavirus mRNA. Yes, it was years.
That technology has been around for so many years. They used that technology in to make said vaccine.
Yeah.
But had they ever used that vaccine on humans before?
No, because that was specifically for COVID. mRNA technology has been used in vaccines before. That is where there is a misconception.
But they also had trials that you could sign up for where they tested on humans before they released it to the public. The doctor I work for signed up for the trial, so you could get a placebo or the vaccine. They did research. Normal amount of research.
And fun fact also too, they do that with babies as well for vaccines.
So mRNA vaccine technology was used for the Ebola virus first.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Years ago.
This is what I'm
like.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. Just because it doesn't follow your perception of things, this is where I'm saying people will blindly ignore the fact that.
Honestly, I feel like COVID was an inside job and the government set it up on purpose to collapse the society and get control. And
let me tell you something, Amanda. Society was already collapsing.
Not gonna do it.
It was already collapsing.
It just needed that little bit of push from COVID.
The shutdown, the complete shut. Listen, one thing I will say.
I have friends that like are healthcare workers and were working in ICUs during COVID, so I have a very skewed a perception of what COVID was, and I know that it was very, very real, and people were dying very, very quickly.
No, I'm not saying that it wasn't real. I'm saying that the government, like, they made it real, like they put out the virus. I feel like
for what purpose? Government? Though?
It was it was found in China first.
Yeah, but it like everywhere. It was worldwide. It was a plan.
So all the governments worldwide.
Yes, one world
decided.
Order. Hello.
We're gonna release. Okay. This is when me and Amanda start disagreeing on things.
Fine. There's still monkeys out there. There's still monkeys out there with the coronavirus.
I just want everyone to know. I was going so crazy during COVID quarantine that the minute the vaccination was available, I was like, jab me the fuck up. I don't care. At this point, I don't care what the side effects are.
Exactly.
I want to go back to my fucking life. Okay, that was not their goal. That was not their goal.
You want to go to a football game? You've been locked up for 9 months. Get the jab.
No, but also, listen,
I'm not saying nothing, but when CVS is giving out $50 gift cards for a free flu vaccine.
Oh my God. The numbers of COVID dropped when the vaccine came out. So how do you explain that?
Just saying.
Okay. That's how she explains it. Just saying.
So
okay.
Master Chill says,
make the rules.
I think Phil started COVID too when he shit in that Canadian Tire parking lot.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I feel like you may or may not have
1,000%. That's where it originated.
Yeah.
What is it? Hep B? It's Hep B that comes from shit.
Ebola. Isn't it Ebola? Fucking Ebola.
Isn't that having sex with monkeys or some shit?
Oh yeah.
You would know.
I never had Ebola. I'm vaccinated. Anyways.
Allegedly.
You're vaccinated for Ebola?
I don't fucking know. My parents gave me vaccinated.
He's vaccinated for it all. Phil's done had double doses of every vaccine. Even the fucking ones you test for.
I don't think we had the Ebola vaccine here, did we?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
He got it anyway.
I just found out.
He's 4% African.
I just found out I'm 4% African, so I had to get the Ebola vaccine just like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
We're getting out of hand. And we're running way over. We went way over today.
Yeah, we were.
Blame it on the government. Honestly, they hacked in and fucking got our times back.
Fucking vaccinations, man. COVID. They started COVID.
Where the fuck is my granola bar? Just kidding.
Just make sure it's not vaccinated.
It's actually
Yeah.
all organic. I grew the granola myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just say something? Okay. I just want
Okay.
to for the naysayers on vaccines. Not vaccines, okay? More so the COVID vaccine. Let me tell you something. This whole
Fucking at me next time, Phil.
No, not you. Actually kind of you. I feel like you do believe
There's actually
this. Oh, hold
so
on.
many people that believe
For the people,
the same thing as you, Amanda.
let me explain something very slowly to you people, okay? If they wanted to off people, why would they off people that are complying with what they want
Right.
you to do? Would they not off the people that are going against what they want?
They're seeing how complicit people are. They're testing.
It's a
the
test.
waters.
Yeah. They're just testing the waters. Yeah.
Leading a sheep to slaughter. Like literally. Like,
Listen, I got
honestly, they might just like. I wouldn't be surprised if there are concentration camps with gas chambers. I mean, allegedly. I don't know.
Gas chambers for
I
what,
got-
dude? What are you talking about?
You tell me.
I got like 4 boosters of the COVID vaccine. I'm still kicking, guys. Like I'm doing great.
I didn't.
I'm turning 31 tomorrow, guys.
I ended
Okay?
up-
Like I
I
got another
ended up-
birthday in the books.
Yeah, I ended up getting only 2. I got the 2. I saw
My job required me to get 2 years worth, so I
I
did 2
saw
rounds.
what was transpiring and how like it was slowly subsiding.
Oh,
What was transpiring?
You got influenced by people judging people who were getting vaccinated, didn't you?
Who?
What was transpiring, Phil?
Oh,
What do you mean?
no,
What
he
do you
saw
mean,
he
what
saw
was
the numbers going down.
Everything was going
Also, the
down,
strains- the
and
strains
more
changed
information
also.
was. Yeah, the strains started changing. Why were they changing?
They were
Because-
less severe
Why were they less severe?
because
the
people were getting
government.
vaccinated and they weren't spreading it as quickly. It wasn't mutating as quickly.
Yes.
That's
Allegedly.
how science works. That's how science works.
Allegedly.
Boom. There's no alleged to science, Amanda. Oh my god. It's
All right.
called a hypothesis and it's an educated guess.
All right, guys. We went almost an hour and 20 minutes.
No one's gonna listen to this actually.
No,
if we
people
really get down to it.
Stopped watching after like 6
Honestly.
Their
minutes.
attention span?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you're vaccinated. Honestly, they have short attention span.
No, bro.
I,
what do
I
you
don't
mean?
make the rules.
My vaccine, my Wi-Fi fucking signal on me is crazy. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe at Truly Chaotic on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. YouTube, Twitch, blah 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 blah. Truly_chaotic_podcast on Instagram. Follow, subscribe, like, share, do whatever the fuck you want. We're trying to fucking, we're trying to
Hashtag
fucking
anti-vax.
trying to live here.
Hashtag I got the jab.
Hashtag I did not get the jab.
Hashtag we know. We could tell.
Hashtag we are pro-choice on the podcast, but at the end of the day, science is science. Everybody have a great day. Have a great night. Bye.
So